This video is for educational purposes. Shenzhen is a city and special economic zone on the east bank of the Pearl River estuary on the central coast of the southern Chinese province of Guangdong, bordering Hong Kong to the south, Dongguan to the north, and Huizhou to the northeast. With a population of 17.56 million in 2020, Shenzhen is the third most populous city by urban population in China after Shanghai and Beijing. Shenzhen is a global center in technology, research, manufacturing, business and economics, finance, tourism and transportation, and the port of Shenzhen is the world's fourth busiest container port. Subscribe to this channel and click to notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Shenzhen roughly follows the administrative boundaries of Bao'an County, which was established in imperial times. The southern portion of Bao'an County became part of British Hong Kong after the Opium Wars, while the village of Shenzhen was on the border. Shenzhen Railway Station was the last stop on the mainland Chinese section of the Kowloon-Canton Railway, and Shenzhen's economy grew and it became a city by 1979. In the early 1980s, economic reforms introduced by Deng Xiaoping resulted in the city becoming the first special economic zone of China due to its close proximity to Hong Kong, attracting foreign direct investment and migrants searching for opportunities. In 30 years, the city's economy and population boomed and has since emerged as a hub for technology, international trade, and finance. It is the home to the Shenzhen Stock Exchange, one of the largest stock exchanges in the world by market capitalization, and the Guangdong Free Trade Zone. Shenzhen is ranked as an Alpha, Global First-Tier, city by the Globalization and World Cities Research Network. Its nominal GDP has surpassed those of its neighboring cities of Guangzhou and Hong Kong and is now among those of the cities with the 10 largest economies in the world. Shenzhen also has the 8th most competitive and largest financial center in the world, the 7th most Fortune Global 500 headquarters of any city in the world, 5th highest number of billionaires of any city in the world, the 2nd largest number of skyscrapers of any city in the world, the 19th largest scientific research output of any city in the world, and several notable educational institutions, such as Shenzhen University, Southern University of Science and Technology, and Shenzhen Technology University. The city is a leading global technology hub. In the media, Shenzhen is sometimes called China's Silicon Valley. The city's entrepreneurial, innovative, and competitive-based culture has resulted in the city being home to numerous small manufacturers and software companies. Several of these firms have become large technology corporations, such as Huawei, Tencent, and DJI. As an important international city, Shenzhen hosts numerous national and international events every year, such as the 2011 Summer Universiade and the China High-Tech Fair. The earliest known recorded mention of the name Chen could date from 1410, during the Ming Dynasty. Locals call the drains in paddy fields Zhen. Shenzhen was named after a deep drain that was located within the area. The oldest evidence of humans in the area on which Shenzhen was established dates back during the Mid-Neolithic period. Since then, this area has seen human activity from more than 6,700 years ago, with Shenzhen's historic counties first established 1,700 years ago, and the historic towns of Nantou and Dapeng, which was built on the area that is now Shenzhen, established more than 600 years ago. The Hakka people also have a history in Shenzhen since 300 years ago when they first immigrated. In 214 BC, when Emperor Qin Shi Huang unified China under the Qin dynasty, the area went under the jurisdiction of the established Nanhai Commandery, one of the 3 commanderies that were set up in Lingnan, and was assimilated into Zhongyuan culture. In 331 AD, the Eastern Jin administration split up Nanhai and established a new Dongguan Commandery, Dongguanjun. The seat of both the Commandery and Bao'an County, one of its 6 counties, was located around the modern town of Nantou. In 590, the Sui administration merged the region back into Nanhai. In 757, the Tang administration renamed the county Dongguan, and moved its seat to what is now Dongguan City, although a military garrison remained. During the Song dynasty, Nantou and the surrounding area became an important trade hub for salt and spices in the South China Sea. The area then became known for producing pearls during the Yuan dynasty. In the early Ming era, Chinese sailors of a fleet would go to a Mazu temple in Qiwan, in present-day Nanshan district, to pray as they go to Nanyang, Southeast Asia. The Battle of Tunman, when the Ming won a naval battle against invading Portuguese, was fought south of Nantou. To prevent a rebellion from Ming loyalists under Zheng Chenggong, better known as Koxinga, on the Chinese coast, the recently established Qing administration resettled coastal residents inland and reorganized coastal counties. As a result, Bao'an County lost 2/3 of its territory to the neighboring Dongguan and was incorporated into Dongguan in 1669. After the Qing dynasty was defeated by the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland in the First Opium War and the Second Opium Wars, Hong Kong Island and the Kowloon Peninsula were ceded to the British in the Treaty of Nanking and the Convention of Peking. On April 21, 1898, the Qing government signed a special article for the exhibition of Hong Kong's borders with the United Kingdom and leased the new territories from Xiamen to the United Kingdom for 99 years. Xiamen was briefly occupied by a British force under the command of Henry Arthur Blake, the governor of Hong Kong, for half a year in 1899. From the 3,076 square kilometers, 1,188 square miles, of territory that Xiamen held before the treaties, 1,055.61 square kilometers, 407.57 square miles, of the county was ceded to the British. In response to the Wuchang Uprising in 1911, Xiamen residents rebelled against the local Qing administration and successfully overthrew them. In the same year, the Chinese section of the Kowloon Canton Railway, KCR, was opened to the public. The last stop on the Chinese side was Shenzhen Railway Station, helping the town's economy and opened Shenzhen up to the world. In 1913, the Republic of China administration renamed Xiamen County back to Baoan County to prevent confusion from another county of the same name in Hunan Province. During the Canton, Hong Kong strike, the All China Federation of Trade Unions set up a reception station for strike workers in Hong Kong in Shenzhen. Strike workers were also given pickets and armored vehicles by the strike committee to create a blockade around Hong Kong. In 1931, Chen Jitong and his family established several casinos in Shenzhen, the largest of which being Shumchen Casino. During World War II, the Japanese occupied Shenzhen and Nantou, forcing the Baoan County government to relocate to the neighboring Dingguan County. In 1941, the Japanese army tried to cross into Hong Kong through the Luohu Bridge in Shenzhen, though this was detonated by the British, preventing the Japanese from entering Hong Kong. In 1953, 4 years after the founding of the People's Republic of China, the Baoan County government decided to move to Shenzhen, since the town was closer to the KCR and had a larger economy than Nantou. From the 1950s to the end of the 1970s, Shenzhen and the rest of Baoan County oversaw a huge influx of refugees trying to escape to Hong Kong from the upheavals that were occurring in mainland China, and a range from 100,000 to 560,000 refugees resided in the county. In January 1978, a central inspection team sent by the State Council investigated and established the issue of creating a foreign trade port in Baoan County. In May, the investigation team wrote the Hong Kong and Macau Economic Investigation Report and proposed to turn Baoan County and Zhuhai into commodity export bases. In August 1978, the Huiyang District Committee reported to the Provincial Committee on the report on the request for the change of Baoan County to Shenzhen. On October 18, the Standing Committee of the Guangdong Provincial Party Committee decided to change Baoan County into Baoan City and to turn it into a medium-level prefecture-level city with a foreign trade base. The Huiyang District Committee and the Baoan County Committee, however, defended the change to rename Baoan County to Shenzhen, claiming that people in the world know more about Shenzhen and its port than they know about Baoan County. On January 23, 1979, the Guangdong Provincial Administration and the District of Huiyang announced their proposal to rename Baoan County to Shenzhen and was approved and put into effect by the State Council on March 5 of that year. Also, the city would establish 6 districts: Luohu, Nantou, Songgang, Longhua, Longgang, and Kueyong. On January 31, 1979, the Central Committee of the Communist Party approved a plan to establish the Shiko Industrial Zone in Shenzhen with the purpose to lead domestic, overseas, and diversified operations, industrial and commercial integration, and trading, based on the systems of that of Hong Kong and Macau. The Shiko Industrial Zone project was led by Hong Kong-based China Merchants Group under Yuan Geng's leadership and was to become the first export processing industrial zone in mainland China. At the beginning of April 1979, the Standing Committee of Guangdong Province discussed and proposed to the Central Committee to set up a trade cooperation zone in Shenzhen, Zhuhai, and Shantou. In the same month, the Central Working Conference decided on the regulations on vigorously developing foreign trade to increase foreign exchange income and agreed to pilot the first Special Economic Zones, SEZ, in Shenzhen, Zhuhai, Shantou, and Xiamen. In November, Shenzhen was elevated to the status of prefecture-level city at the regional level by the Guangdong Provincial Administration. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click to notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. See you in the next one.